Hey everybody, hope your day's off to a great start. My name is Diane Sansom, and if you've been following my blogs and as you get to know me on my videos, you're going to learn that my passion is really centered around helping other people learn more about how to get more clarity and fulfillment in their personal life, relationships, and work in the world, whether that's paid or not paid. So today, our topic is going to be all around our values. These are things that are kind of under the radar a lot of times, and we're not really paying attention most of the time to the things that are sort of how we play the game of life. So that's our topic. When we are honoring what matters to us, that's how our life becomes much more fulfilling. And these things that matter to us, those are called values. Or you could also think of them as our careabouts. So knowing our values allows us to live more true to who we are at our core. So that's the premise of this. There's a few different places that we can look to discover what really are the values. How do I play the game of life? So one of the first categories I call peak experiences. Just if you can think back to a couple different snapshots in your life where life was particularly rewarding and poignant. It could be a moment where you were engrossed in a project or playing music, or you were with some people that were really inspiring to you. But I'm going to encourage you after this video ends just to take some notes and think about a few peak moments where you just felt alive and everything felt right. So when you're thinking of those peak moments, think about what was happening, maybe who was present, and what values were being honored. So peak experiences. Another way to isolate and figure out our values is to go to the extreme opposite. So we can think about a time where we were angry or frustrated or really upset. So in those moments, a lot of times there's a value that's being stomped on. And if we flip it, and we can kind of, let's just give you an example. So one example could be something like you feel trapped or backed in a corner. So that's your opposite extreme from a value you hold. So if you flip that, maybe you have a value around freedom or options or choice. So it's a backwards way of kind of taking a look at some of the things that might be really important to you. And then another great place to look to discover our values are our must-haves. Everybody's different. Everybody needs something beyond, like shelter and food that we have to have in our life in order to be fulfilled. For some people, they have to have adventure. Other people have to have the outdoors. Some people don't need those things. Accomplishment is a big one for some people. So we're searching for value words and phrases that are really unique to us. Some examples could be things like humor, service, maybe free spirit. So it's a word or a word phrase. We're a free spirit. Growth or performance is important to us. Risk-taking, spirituality, creativity. So these things are really how our life is fulfilling. And the key to this, the key to doing something with our values is to actually make them actionable, to put them in motion. That's a game changer. I've been coaching for 10 years. When I can get clients to start activating their values, their whole life changes. No kidding. And that's why I'm doing this little video. So what you want to do post video when you finish is to go back to the categories and then come up with some value words or phrases that sort of resonate for you. So I'll give you a couple of examples. So for me, one of them is physical challenge, and another one is humor. So the next step would be for me to define what those mean to me, because you and I could both have a value around humor, but they could be quite different depending on how we use it in our life. So if I was going to write a description of humor, for me it would just be kind of finding the irony and just funny moments in the simplicity of life. With physical challenge, I have to do something physical most days in the week, like swim laps or go on a long hike or something like that, because then I feel like me. When those things are missing, I start getting grumpy and life just doesn't work as good. All right. Next, once you just say you come up with maybe 2 words to start. Next, kind of write out a description of how you would best define humor if that was one of your value words, or a physical challenge if that was yours. So in other words, what does it mean to you? How does it work specifically to you? And then here's the key to making values really work for you. Pick 2. Just make it simple. Pick 2 value words or value phrases, and every day for the next 30 days, I invite you to, before you get out of bed, before you leave the house, set an intention that if there's some way to make that value come alive during the day, that you're going to let it happen. And that's all you have to do. Just set the intention, because over the course of many days, you'll suddenly find yourself in a situation that you wouldn't have thought anything about before, but because you set that intention in the morning, you'll suddenly have a reason to go do something interesting. Like for me, I could be standing in line at the grocery store and I see a mom with a kid. The kid is doing something funny with the candy counter. I don't know, but I make a comment and have a little fun with this person and use some humor. And that makes me feel happy. That makes my day better. So I promise you, if you do that, 30 days, activate 2 values, you'll watch your life change. If you want to learn more about how to activate values and how to make your life more fulfilling, I'll be sharing a lot more of these short videos. And you can also click on the link below and learn more about my Woman on Purpose Mastery Program. All right, thanks so much, guys. Bye-bye.